Hey everyone, namaste. Thank you for coming back to the Heck Out Oracle. I'm just going to read out the next part of this channeling that I did last year with the English translation after. So what I would say is the way to get the most out of this or to feel it in your system is to treat it like a sound bath. So for the light language part, close your eyes, just take a breath. And let it wash over and through you and just see what comes for you in that moment, because this is multivalent and it is a frequency activation or understanding to be had, right? So if you close your eyes, and then I'll read out the English part after, and let's see where we go from there. Okay, so Murushi namaste, namate, mushuti, mushurati, shureti, amaste, murushi emte, ranas, damak, echamus, tiandes, surkui, darak aimsu. Mende suita uitas uitais ataa muusa siares aiku esmu ulasa murtias slu kulig gust giust la malastrom anida surustak yolmt muurashta muru stachatio mala stuti yomant tiument tiu amento alas ulasum chariament mento imento imiento. Just let that marinate for a second. And then I'm going to read you the translation. And like I said in the last video, this is just one spectrum of understanding. This language is multivalent and it means many things to many people. And it might mean something different to you now than in another time as well, going forward. So it says, you're recognized and compensated for the wrongs done against you. All potencies lie within the non-dual sovereign being who knows true equality. Refine this, remove pity and sorrow. You are the backbone of the gods. Being fair and just aids the vigilant, not the indolent. You are saved from the waters by the divine feminine heavenly body because of this attention. Sow the seeds of the divine. Spread the sound and vibration. You are the helper of the gods, hunting, unyielding to challenges against streams of impurity. So let me know what you think of the light language part or the translation. If you want to, it would be lovely to hear from you, and I welcome your comments and feedback. If this is where you're leaving me, thank you for joining, and namaste. If you want a bit of a longer synopsis on this, then join me on my YouTube channel. You'll find the link in my bio. For those of you joining on YouTube, thanks for coming in. And I just want to go through a little bit of like what I think about this, because some of the language, well, just English language in particular, is kind of ambiguous, right? And I think they did that on purpose, and words can mean different things to different people. So just to go over the English part of this, you're recognised and compensated for the wrongs done against you. So I believe that when we reach higher states of consciousness, obviously we start to go towards gratitude and things like that. That's where we get our compensation, right? I don't think this is literal, as in, you know, a great big reward's going to be chucked in your lap from your team or the universe or whatever. It may well be, but I think that it comes from when we change our inner world, our outer world changes, right? So compensated and recognized. I think that that means that when we change our inner world and we start to go towards the light, we radiate out more light and love and stuff like that, that the people around us, even if they've been around us for 100 years and never changed their kind of way of being towards us in that time, when we change our internal, our external changes, and that those people, beings, entities, whatever you want to call them, that could be the job you work for, or like your family members around you, just all of that stuff, when we start to change our terrain and work in a more positive way, like be more positive in the world, it calls everyone around us to reflect that back, right? And so I feel like the more we do that, the more we are compensated, because we'll get back what we put out. So if we're putting out light and love, the reaction naturally will come back in light and love. And I believe that we're all going to be a little bit surprised. And I know I have been with the reactions of the people close to me, around me, even just strangers in the street or whatever, compared to historically. That's my compensation. That's my joy, right? That I find the joy in these things because people are showing up to me differently now than they did before, when I was different before, right? All potencies lie within the non-dual sovereign being who knows true equality. Now, I know it doesn't say it very explicitly in that sentence, but here's what I think about that. True equality. That to me is being the non-dual observer and the non-dual responsive rather than reactive being to any situation, right? If we can stop with the duality of good, bad, light, dark, hot, cold, if we can see all of that just and be neutral in it, that's where our true sovereignty lies, right? In non-judgment. Or see it, judge it for the time being, but get neutral on it. Everything that comes to us is for a reason. And really, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, because it's all there for our alchemy and our good, right? Our expansion, our growth, our knowledge of self. I think that's what that sentence is saying. So, and then it says, refine this, remove pity and sorrow. On the face of it, what that's saying to me is pity and sorrow, right? What this really says to me straight away is, you know, when you get like caught up on a news story, like the latest thing that's happening, like, oh, those poor people and stuff, really, that is a massive distraction. That is you pouring out your energy in a direction that just creates loosh, food for demons, right? Because if you're not in that war zone, or that, you know, what, an earthquake may have happened, a landslide and all of that, yeah? If that's not happening to you, that's not your experience, there's no need for pity and sorrow of those people. Because let's face it, who even knows if that's a true story and that's really happening, or if it's a fabrication of Hollywood? But I believe that when we can stop doing that, when we can stop pouring out pity and sorrow, particularly sad emotion, right? Sad energy, when we can stop doing that, that strengthens us exponentially, huge amounts, right? It says here, you are the backbone of the gods. Being fair and just aids the vigilant, not the indolent, right? You're the backbone of the gods. Stand straight, be upright. Your chakras are then in flow and your energy is working for you. And you are a fractal of God. You're the backbone of God. The backbone of Source, the Creator, however you want to term that. Doing that, being in flow, being in love, being aligned to who you truly are and what you truly are, radiates out. And the backbone of the gods, it aids the vigilant. You glow out to others who are like-minded. You empower them to believe that what they're doing is right, and it is. You become part of their tribe. And in that, we also feed into the collective. We think about the 100 monkey effect. It becomes part of collective consciousness. So even if you don't come out and say all of this stuff explicitly, by you doing your inner work, knowing yourself, standing up straight, being in your flow, knowing thyself, that energy gets fed back into the collective, and eventually it becomes collective consciousness. It feeds back and raises the awareness of those who on the face of it maybe don't look like that's what they're doing, but eventually it just drops in and it becomes knowledge. It becomes something everyone knows, right? Common knowledge, yeah? You were saved from the waters by the divine feminine heavenly body because of this attention. So you think that to me says primordial waters, right? The primordial slime, yeah, like a swamp where there's density, where the water's not clear and flowing. Divine feminine, the divine feminine that's been crushed all of this time. Saved by the divine feminine. So the internal or the higher divine feminine has brought you into this alignment so that you can have a unified divine masculine feminine. And that again is the same thing. It's like when you're in flow, when they're working together, you are the strongest you can be. And your spirit is working for you and through you. Whole soul driving, not human driving, not ego driving, right? Sow the seeds of this divine, sow the seeds of the divine and spread the sound and vibration. Literally by being in that truth and being in that knowledge and radiating out as you naturally will. This is an effortless thing, right? The more work we do on ourselves, the more we glow up, the more we shine, the more we radiate that frequency out to anybody near us, anybody interacting with us, anybody that sees us or comes into that frequency, right? Sowing the seeds of the divine just by knowing thyself and flowing with your unified divine masculine feminine. You are the helper of the gods. Yeah, we're the helpers of the gods. We are a fractal of God. We are a frequency of source, of creator, of the divine, right? We're not just the helper, we are that. Hunting, unyielding to challenges against streams of impurity. So the streams of impurity are the things that come at us, but the stream of impurity really is within us. It's how are we going to respond? Are we going to respond? Are we going to react to the things that are put towards us? Non-duality and being a neutral observer, stepping back and giving yourself time to respond and not react. Those are the streams of impurity. Can we stand, watch it flow by, and think this is happening for me, not to me? So what is it for? Why is this for me? Is it to alchemize something within yourself? Is it to show you something you know, something within yourself, something from the past? Is it to alchemize, activate, see, be the observer, step back, let the higher self be driving, not the ego self? So that's just a little section of this. I'll be back with some more. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd love to hear feedback. So let me know if that resonated, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you for being here. And if you like this, like, share, subscribe, and namaste.